us are in our workplaces and our boss is telling us rubbish and we haven't raised up or piped up.
That's a good point.
This is the workplace. We're seeing injustice in the workplace and we've not said anything.
New episode featuring Manny, Gabs, Wes, myself. Hope you like this episode. Hey, Wes, that drip looks good. That drip looks good.
It's the Chisel merch, man.
Yeah, so yeah, people grab the merch, man. We're trying. Small. Grab the merch. What else, Wes?
I don't know.
Wait,
Sure, the second channel, innit?
yeah,
If you're not subscribed
second
to
channel, Chisel Extra. Go like, subscribe on that as well. Follow that channel. We don't have anything to promote, to be fair. Just please keep sharing, keep commenting, keep supporting, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
No. This guy just came out of his house. I can see the engine's still cold. This guy just came out of his house. I'm looking at the temperature on the dashboard.
You got topics for today?
I don't know. I just don't know what the boundaries are. I see a lot of people going to Michael Dapper the other day for his P Diddy jokes, and I always like to ask, like, what are the boundaries? Can we not make? Is it wrong to make jokes on certain topics? Is it distasteful?
I don't think so. I think, especially when you're a comedian, you've got like comedic license to chat, innit? You can kind of talk about.
So can you just, so if you're a comedian, you're allowed to basically, what's the word? Make a joke at someone. But that's what comedy is, isn't it? Making a joke out of someone else's expense.
Yeah, basically.
You know, on the weekend, I was at a party and a DJ played some R. Kelly and P Diddy, and I was looking at him like, "What are you doing, man?" But like, it was a good song.
We tell him wheel it.
You know, and he reloaded.
Gabriel said, "Wheel it."
And I think where do we put the consistency? Like, cheers. So how do you, this whole P Diddy situation?
Brother, in 2024, you can't tell jokes. Anything now is triggering. You can't tell no jokes.
It depends where you are, though, innit?
Huh?
Depends where you are, though, innit?
Nah, bro.
Depends on your audience.
Anything you say now could be used against you.
Yeah.
Literally.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even I saw the Dapper thing, and when I saw it, I watched it through, and I thought to myself, alright, you're trying to make joke out of the baby oil situation and all that, but I'm like, you're in UK, boy. Your audience is gonna, they're going to get onto you. I've seen bare American versions where people have run down the stairs and they've run into their front room and they're slipping, you get me? And they said, right, when you're trying to escape Diddy's house and he's chasing you, then I've seen a man do FBI raid and the FBI coming to Diddy's house, then he's running to the bathroom, he's opened the cupboard, he's trying to, you get me, get all the baby oil, and he's trying to run and he's slipping and he's dropping and holding the, and I'm like, yeah, you can get away with it because you're American, but over here,
what's the difference?
Huh?
What's the difference? Why can America get away with it?
UK people are more sensitive.
Are they more sensitive or more negative?
More sensitive.
Why?
They're very, very sensitive. The thing American comedians joke about, if you go out to a comedy event out there, I remember we went to a concert, me, Marv, and Kyle in New York, and in between, so it was like R&B and comedy. So in between the comedians would bust a joke, and some of the stuff that they were over here, that would have gone viral on Shane Borough, boy.
But I think, is it a case of that people don't like these jokes because someone's still going through the trauma? But isn't someone always going through some kind of trauma about whatever you're joking about?
Nah, I don't think so. I think people are too selective. Like, because how can I explain it?
It's clout farming.
Yeah, I guess kind of like that, innit? People want to be upset about something, so they're just like, I'm going to be upset about this. But then they'll joke about something else in the privacy of their own home and then not feel any ways about it.
Now, I think with the Diddy situation, I think where people might see it as a too sensitive topic is because apparently it involves, I have to say allegedly or apparently, but yeah, whatever the evidence is that it involves sex trafficking, racketeering, and with the sex trafficking, it's a case of where apparently Diddy was obviously, you know, shipping women here and there, and men as well, it wasn't just women, to have sex with people under duress. Now, my issue with this whole thing is, first of all, I don't know what he needs 1,000 bottles of baby oil for. That's like, I'm not running out ever. And then the part that was harrowing to me was people were on IV fluids, on drips,
Brother.
Do you know what that is? Do
you know what that is?
That's crazy, bro.
That's yo, what? Where's
Lance Armstrong has to take
do you know how drained you have to be on an IV drip?
How much?
How
much naked
crazy. How much naked
exercise?
they were drained.
Yeah.
Do you know that you're literally just like
Brother.
Can't stop, won't stop. I just want to
What do you say?
I don't know. Like, even this is this allowed? I don't even know. Like, is that even allowed?
Nah, it's not allowed, you know. And Wes is laughing. Hey, Wes, you're laughing too hard. You might get cancelled, bro. You're trying to get us cancelled. Wes is laughing.
I don't know. Like,
you're laughing way too hard, bro.
I took my appointment this year.
Hold back that laughter.
I took this for me this year. I'll be real, yeah. I've got
take that.
I've got dark humour in it.
Take
that. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and I said, what is the difference with? Apparently, what's the difference between somebody who likes to watch documentaries about people getting murdered late at night and they find entertainment in it? Obviously, it's not comedy or comedic.
They're sickos.
But some people actually sit at home and watch the demise of people, and they revel and enjoy watching dark documentaries and people getting slaughtered and murdered.
Bro, I didn't even watch that Jeffrey Dahmer crap that everyone was watching.
Yeah.
I don't find them things entertaining, you know.
They're not interesting.
Yeah,
bro. It's bad. I feel bad for the people, bro.
I feel bad for the people.
Proper
I
bad.
feel like that's a mind. Yeah. I don't find them things entertaining. When people are like, watch this. I'm like, I don't want to watch no documentaries on killers. Like, don't do nothing for me.
But what I do find interesting though is that when people do say, "Oh, why is it that the victims take so long to come out?" Why do you think the victims are coming out from 15, 20 years ago, and only now that they? Not saying they didn't have an issue with it back then, but why do you feel like it is now that they're coming out? Because people say that why now and why not then?
Floodgates are open, innit? I think once one person does it and they see because I think Cassie started the whole thing, innit? And then you're that DJ producer guy or whatever as well. And after that, it's just.
I remember it's a fear thing as well. Like people say, Diddy is who they think they thought Suge Knight was.
Yeah.
So it's the fear thing. Like people say that Diddy's taken out loads of people.
Yeah.
You get me, on the low. So.
Well, it killed them or shopping.
What, like he tried to take family shopping. Remember
I'm not even laughing.
Hey, remember when he tried to say, "Oh, we should go to families. We should go shopping, Daddy."
Yeah.
I was like, "Rah!" He made me feel comfortable. You can tell families, and that was just.
I think Fabulous has been out of him once or twice, and maybe had his bum slapped or something. And like, because.
And you done that to Jay-Z on stage.
Yeah, I think
there was a time
so.
Jay-Z was performing, and Diddy just creeped out of nowhere. Jay-Z didn't even know that Diddy was around. Then he's gone, bah, bah. I said, rah.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's definitely a wrong one, and I think when we say we can't play Diddy's music, I sit them and say, what does that do? So, for instance, let's say you're a DJ, you're in a party, and let's say, for instance, a DJ's playing a Diddy song, for instance. And let's say, for instance, if you look at Bad Boy, you're talking about Mace, Mary J. Blige, Biggie.
Total.
You're talking about a lot of Little Kim. Total.
Yeah, Total.
There's quite a lot of artists.
There's even other artists. You're gonna have to cut some Fabulous tunes. You're gonna have to cut some
B2K.
B2K.
So my question now is if DJs stop playing P Diddy's songs, what does that actually do? Because when we say we're cancelling somebody, so what are we actually saying we're trying to do? So if a DJ stops playing P Diddy's songs, what are we trying to do?
I think the whole cancelling thing is silly because the people that say or advocate for cancelling someone don't have the power to actually do so. It's just like public outrage. It's like
but let's stick to the idea of music. So when they say we shouldn't play,
but even still, it doesn't do anything.
You know, since they mentioned Diddy, his streams has gone up by 20%.
Of course it has, because it's marketing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's marketing. The more people saying Diddy,
it's spiked by 20%.
Say his name 3 times and he appears.
But I want to be honest now. Do I have a problem? I'm not trying to be genuine. Do I have a problem going to a club and hearing "I Need a Girl" Part 2? Dun, 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 dun.
You know, Gabriel do swear the baby on the floor.
I want to be honest. Am I gonna have a problem?
You get me? Gabriel will be on the floor. Take that.
And I'm sitting there thinking, am I gonna look at the DJ like he's a wrong one for playing P Diddy and
was he using the baby oil to make everyone practice the moonwalk and the dance?
I don't know, but I just don't know where the problem. I don't know where the consistency lies.
There is none.
Because this week as well, or last week, I've had a lot of cancelling Last week, Shits and Gigs got themselves into some problems.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they went on Andrew Schultz's podcast.
No, it started from before that.
But I think this was the main.
No. What catapulted everything is they went on Poor Minds and then they said, when it got asked about.
Oh, there are no baddies in Atlanta.
They said, there's no baddies in Atlanta. So that opened the floodgates to people was getting onto them about that. Then people started looking for clips of anything they've said about women.
That's weird,
then,
man.
From that, it went on to Schultz. But to go on Schultz here, if you've seen Schultz clips, bro, the name of the podcast is called Flagrant.
Yeah.
You should have known that you was walking to hell.
Let's be honest. Have you seen the clip on Andrew Schultz?
Yeah.
Was you offended by it?
I wasn't, no.
Was you offended, Chizzo?
No, because I'll tell you why. Because I knew that they didn't know how to. I knew that they didn't know how to have a rebuttal to Schultz. Because when Schultz said what he was saying, if it was like me, you would have said, "Nah, fam, don't." You get me? Don't run that kind of banter with us. You get me? Like, stop it. Because we already kind of know, Gabs. Because we already kind of know what Schultz is about. So he might try and take it a bit too far. So we will try and cut it before. You get what I'm saying?
No, I tell you this. I'll let you finish.
So we will try and cut it before Schultz can. You get what I'm saying? Could go to the level where Schultz will go to. Because I already know what Schultz is about. He's gonna joke about every stereotype possible. But we know if you put us in that firing line, we're gonna say, right, fam, stop, car. It's us that's gonna take the heat, innit? You could do it with your little friends as usual, but we know it's gonna, because we know what's gonna happen in the UK. But in America, if you watch these clips regular, bro, that man talk about any and everything. So if you know your audience is a certain audience, if I was them, I'm not gonna go on the show. It's like, right, what was I saying to you the other day when certain people said, they wanted to come on here.
Yeah.
They've got a bigger audience than us by far.
But it's the wrong.
Because I already know what my audience is. Yeah. So I'm not going to bring someone who's going to get me. Yeah. You get me? I think even if he said what he's saying and you was there and you kept quiet, no matter what, you're in the firing line.
I tell you what it is for me is this. This is the problem, is that this is what I believe happened. They've gone on to Schultz's show and they're fans of his.
Yeah, they're fans of his.
And they got small-boyed, meaning that there was in a setting where they felt that they couldn't rebuttal because this is a big platform and they don't want to be seen to be doing that.
And so that's where I said to you.
They accepted it. And my issue with it is that if it was me, I would have not accepted it, but I would have rebutted. You've got to be articulate enough and sharp enough to have a rebuttal.
And what did I just say?
Does that make sense?
What did I say to you? I said us two would have shut it down.
No, I wouldn't have shut it down.
Huh?
I wouldn't have shut it down.
Yeah.
What I would have done is I would have had a further joke about white women. So what I would have done, I would have done pew pew. Oh, this is what we're doing. So I said, it's what we're doing. So like, can we do this? Like I would have said, like, so should we talk about Anne Frank? Because we can. Like, no. This is how you. No. See the things that like
you got to return the serve, innit? You got to return the serve.
You got to be sharp.
I know what you're saying.
And what it is that, and I think, and I say this in a respectful way. So I say, hats off to Shits and Gigs for what they've done, because I don't know anyone that's been able to set up the O2 with a podcast. They clearly got a huge platform. People talking about them being cancelled. Their latest episode done 200,000 views on YouTube apparently, which is the one they posted about a couple of days ago. So
no, it done over 200,000 in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. So then this cancelling thing that we claim we're doing, they're not cancelled. Now I don't look to Shits and Gigs to be podcasters who are going to rebuttal anything to do with I don't know, gender, to do with race,
they're not
religion, to do with politics. They're not. That's not what they do. They read dilemmas and they laugh about it. So I don't know what people were expecting from them, if that makes sense. If you look at the way they market themselves, the stuff that images they put out, they're very borderline. How can I word it?
But you know what's crazy?
They're not there for the mandem, in my opinion. And they're not. And I don't see their podcast as a podcast that. How can I word this? That black culture in that sense.
I know what you mean.
Thrive and attached to, if that makes sense.
I know what you mean.
I don't know what people expected from them. The only thing I would have said I would have done in that situation, one, Andrew Schultz has got a very big platform. I don't know how big it is compared to Shits and Gigs, but I know it's a very huge platform. Now, am I going to go on there and have an issue with a comedian who I know has flagrant jokes. So what I did is I checked Andrew Schultz's YouTubes and his clips to see what he laughs about. He cusses everybody.
Bro, the name of the pod is called
Gay
Flagrant.
people, people with disabilities.
There's no
he
boundaries.
cusses everybody.
No. There's no boundaries on his thing.
He does everybody.
He does what he wants.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen clips over the years. It pops up constantly.
So you've got to be sharp enough to know what he's going to do. So when he started doing all of that stuff about black women and white men grow beards because of that, you got to have a rebuttal.
Bro, when
and
he
say,
was bantering Mike Tyson about certain things, yeah, that's when I knew that, right, anyone who stands in front of him,
you got to be sharp.
It's gonna be a victim.
Like, you got to be weak.
Like, I'll be shook to banter with Mike Tyson a certain way.
Yeah, you got to be
You
weak.
get what I'm saying? Mike Tyson, you might get your head knocked off.
And I think that's where the problem lied, was that they didn't have a sharp rebuttal. Once again, everyone has a fan, and sometimes you get small boyed. Like I'm trying to think who my fan might be. I'm a fan of 50 Cent. So let's say I was invited in a space of 50 Cent and he started maybe dissing Nigerians or something. Okay, and I might have to have a sharp rebuttal quickly. If not, I'm just gonna do the awkward laugh. Yeah, they've got tough hair. I know.
How about Lil Wayne? What you mean by tougher than Nigerian? What you mean?
It's reality. A lot of us have not been in situations or positions. Remember, some of us are in our workplaces and our boss is telling us rubbish, and we haven't raised up or piped up.
That's a good point.
This is the workplace. We're seeing injustice in the workplace, and we've not said anything. We're still working in that same workplace, and that's on a micro. But forget the macro.
But you know what's crazy? Even diving into shits and gigs, like obviously I'm
so happy you didn't say pause. We're not saying pause anymore. This is great.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even gonna cap and say, watch the pod. I just see clips here and there on TikTok and that. But even some of the things that they read back and things that people laugh about on their thing, I'm like, rah. Like, for some people that won't be banner.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you look at a lot of pages that are based around reading back tweets or
these fake dilemmas.
Or people calling with
these are not real dilemmas.
Like that American one that people call up on the phone and they have the maddest dilemmas. Some of the shit that they talk about, these things might be sensitive to other people.
Of course.
Yeah. It depends on the audience.
It depends on the audience.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally,
and I think
any clip that they post in that style format, you're one moment being viral in the wrong way.
Yeah, because
all it takes is just one person to have something against it. They make a tweet, then other people would.
But what I will say though is that we do know that when it comes to making comments about a certain demographic and people, we do know that when it comes to black women, it is open season. Like people, and when you go back through social media history, black women have always seemed to be a target for abuse online. And that's one thing I've never seen white, maybe I'm not in their circles to see it, and that's another thing is that if your channel is literally just following black people, you're not gonna know what happens on Asian Twitter, what happens on white Twitter, what happens on Polish Twitter. You're not gonna see that. But from what I see, it always seems to be black women that get abused and attacked when it comes out of women. And it always seems to be black men, generally, not all of them, who seem to have a lot to say about black women. So when black women are saying, they don't feel protected, I think they talk about the online space, meaning that we seem to be to get the brunt of the end of the bad stick when it comes to anything, when it comes to opinion and view. So I do get the issue that black women have. So I'm not going to sit and pretend that this wasn't a stage or a place for shits and gigs to say, yo, no, we don't. No, we're not doing that here. Like, I respect you and what you do, but we're not gonna do that here. Like, you're basically saying that black women are abusing. Because if you notice, what shits and gigs tried to do at first was compliment black women by saying that when black women get with white men, they fix them up. Like they get the crew cut. They all of a sudden they're trendy. So it was a compliment they played. So we've all forgotten that part. But then what happened is that because Andrew Schultz said, nah, you ain't gonna try and say that white men what? We're not shit onto black women. Come to us. So he had a rebuttal. He was shocked. So he came back and said, no. They only grow in bed so they don't get slapped up. He had a rebuttal straight. He's shocked.
Yeah.
And that's intellect. These guys, I'm not saying they're not as witty and sharp as Andrew.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. You have to have the rebuttal. Like to say, look, this is the reason why.
Comedians are like boxers.
Yeah.
They've always got a counter for everything you say.
Yeah,
he was shocked.
It will go on forever because even if they say something, he's got the next. Yeah.
They're gonna walk you into a corner and they're just gonna batter you.
But once again, where does one draw the line? Look at AJ. You know, had his boxing match on Saturday. Most of us knew it was going to be a close fight, but didn't think he was going to get beaten like that. Then all the memes start flying. I saw a meme of where I think when he got knocked out in the 5th round, I saw a meme where they put a meme of the Australian breakdancer and tried to basically say that AJ was breakdancing.
Someone said that to me, and I said to them, oh, someone said it to me, and I said, right, allow it. Don't run AJ banner with me. I'll tell you why. You see what it is here? If I get on with someone in real life, I'm not gonna banter them behind closed doors.
Yeah, of course.
Because what it is now, if I'm gonna run joke about what happened with AJ, I'm gonna run it to his face. But I'm not gonna key with random man in the DMs. I said, right, don't. But if I'm gonna run that joke,
this is where the hypocrisy.
No, because I get along with him, and every time I see him, he shows mad respect.
But that's if
I'm gonna run the joke, but if I'm gonna run the joke, I'm gonna run the joke in real life.
No, but what I mean.
So if he does something, then I might say, right, then he will laugh, then I'll laugh.
But what
I'm not gonna run it behind your back.
Is that we've cracked joke on other boxers getting knocked out.
Yeah, they're not my brethren, so.
I know, but which means that it's open season for everybody. Then that means everyone should just not be hypocrites because when it's a joke that falls on you, you have a problem.
No, it's the same thing with if someone run joke about you to me in the DM, I'm gonna say allow it. Don't run a joke, but I'm gonna run that joke about you to you.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna run it with you personally to you.
Manny, what's your view?
But I'm not gonna run it behind.
Alright, so
good afternoon.
Move your chair.
Man said he comes so late. It's afternoon.
So what we're discussing, Manny, is this: we're talking about what things are borderline that we can joke and not joke about. So Michael Dapper got a lot of heat the other day in regards to his jokes about Diddy. So he did like some kind of press conference with like some FBI agents where they're trying to figure out where all the baby oils come from, blah blah blah. And people got onto him saying that you're making a joke about a bad situation. And my question is what can we joke and what can't we joke about? When is it not funny? Because we often hear people go to jail and they say, people always joke and say, don't drop the soap. That is a common thing. Women do it all the time. Women will often say, oh, don't drop the soap. Regularly. And that's great. When you tell someone don't drop the soap, you're basically saying this guy is going to get...
Wes is holding himself.
So my question is,
curtains.
Where does one draw the line on what is funny and what's not funny?
It's funny.
I think
You're laughing at male trauma?
Yeah, I am, because no one cares about this anyway, so I can laugh.
That's
No one gives a fuck. No one cares.
Only dogs and babies and women are loved, yeah?
Facts.
I feel
that's facts. I feel like over the years we've become a lot more sensitive to things, and it takes away from the art form, just generally speaking. A good example of that is, I think, comedians. A lot of what comedians say is a lot of what comedians say in today's society, it wouldn't be received, or they'd be cancelled.
What you say, Def Comedy Jam, the whole series?
Def Comedy Jam, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac. But it's like this. I think Chris Rock said it about we have like selective outrage. And I think that's what it is ultimately, because if you remember the song Guilty Conscience, Eminem talks about...
Excellent song.
It's a very good song, but Eminem talks about molesting an underage girl in there, right? Nobody better denied it. When Rick Ross said, I sent Molly all in her drink, she didn't even know it, he lost the deal with Reebok. Literally, Eminem implied exactly the same thing however long ago, and no one cared. You see what I'm saying? And the only difference between now and then is, as an audience, we've become more sensitive. And
can we make Diddy jokes?
Can
we make Diddy jokes? Can we make jokes about the whole situation?
I'm not gonna say no, because everyone's making jokes anyway.
What I'm saying is that is it insensitive? Like, where does one draw the line? So, for instance, okay. We all know people that have certain conditions, okay? And I'm going to sit here and assume that you would not find it funny if someone made a joke about sickle cell. Or could you find it funny? Because I think it's a prime example. Could you find it funny?
Again, selective outrage. Prime example of that, I was actually talking about this yesterday. Hit 'Em Up is one of the best diss songs ever. But we know where I'm going, right?
I know where you're
We
going.
know where I'm going, right?
Land. I
Do you not know where I'm
I
going?
don't know what we're talking about.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Alright,
You're
cool.
showing your age still.
Yeah, for real.
What's the line that he says?
The line, he goes, don't one of you ninjas got sickles or something, might F around and have a seizure.
Hey, when you was a kid and you heard that, what did you
Bro.
say? Like 50 Cent?
I was like,
What you say fuck me for?
yeah, it was like, I was like, it slaps though. And I continue, but then there's been other examples of like
I listen, Mom, get the gat. Get the gat.
but the reality is, bro, I didn't stop listening to Hit 'em Up. I don't when Hit 'em Up.
I bet you're singing along to it as well.
100%. First off, and the click you claim 100%. I know all the words. You get me? But like again, I think it's like the whole selective outrage thing. Like with that, there's levels to it. Like remember years ago we spoke about the podcast that tackled sickle cell from a mad angle.
Yeah.
See that was clickbait. That's
Okay.
different. That was
Yeah.
stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like jokes are jokes, bro.
So basically, because that's a diss track and they're both dissing each other, then there's no rules. Like I can cuss you in any way I want.
Well, yeah, that's the rules when it comes to diss tracks. But also, let's say this, like, because there's it's one of those things like, oh, black people can make racist jokes about black people, and white people can make like Karen jokes or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like we're having selective outrage because we're choosing who can react and how they can react. It doesn't make sense. It's like, oh, it's okay for you to do it. It's okay for us to do it. The minute you do it, it's like, oh my gosh, what have you done? Either we don't do it at all, or stop.
It's open season for everybody.
Yeah, like
So you wouldn't take offense if you was at a comedy show, or is it more how the joke is done, the setup of the joke? So if someone was making a joke about sickle cell, would it be more be the setup of the joke than the actual joke? As in, what was the story to this joke, or is it like?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. But again, like, but I'll say it from a rapper's perspective. If I get into it with a rapper, I'm back and forth in, and he comes to me and says, you got sickle cell, you need to have, like, you can't live without blood, for example, bro, that's facts. And he did his homework and he got me. Like, I can't be mad at that. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm calling you Dracula.
Like, I can't. I'm definitely gonna fight you off camera. It's cool. I'll fight you off camera.
See, but like even me, inside of me, I want to laugh, but I know I shouldn't laugh. But that was actually kind of funny. Like it seemed like.
But this is my point. You see what I'm saying? Like, and like, I'm not now gonna then stand somewhere like, and also the joke. It does have to be funny. If it's not funny,
then that's where the problem lies. Then basically, like you try to make jokes, but now I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. Like
okay.
it's but I do think it's the bigger problem is selective outrage.